Dear Mrs. White, me and you, we have a long history each other. There was a good time and bad time. Sometimes I pushed you away, and sometimes you pushed me away. But no matter where I go, and how far I go, I come back to you eventually.
No one disagrees if I say this channel started from this video. The review of Sigma 24-70mm f2.8 art lens. First of all, this lens saved me in many different situations. It was absolutely my best friend back then. And in this YouTube journey, it showed me the right way. So this OG Sigma 24-70mm 2.8 art lens means a lot in this channel and for myself too. Here it is, the new version of that Sigma lens was released. I mean, I'm acting like this was released yesterday, but when was it? But anyway, who can do the better job on this review video than me? I gotta make it, and I wanna make it. Oh, by the way, today I am shooting in a totally different situation. Like right now, I'm at the hotel room, but yeah, it looks good, right? I can make any place cinematic, so good. Using 2 lights and 2 practical lights right here, 1 cam and B cam. So today, let's see what this can do together, and let me lead you to the right way. Should you get this or not? You know what? Sigma 24-70mm 2.8 version 2. It has this cool like metal look and touching feel. Classic Sigma. Like holding feel, the shooting experience with this lens is so satisfying, but it's just heavy. Recently, I just got used to some Lumix light lenses or Tamron lenses, so it's been a while to use Sigma lens. Now I'm using ZV-E1, which is super compact and light camera. So when you combine this lens with a compact camera, the balance is not so good, but the usability is on fire. So the very first impression when I hold this for the first time was like, okay, it's heavy. Yeah, in general, the version 2 lens, tend to be lighter and smaller than the old version. But when it comes to Sigma, that doesn't happen. Well, technically it got 100 grams lighter, so yeah, it got lighter. But since this Sigma lens has a metallic body in 24-70mm, 2.8, and this functionality, it feels heavier than it actually weighs. Especially you will feel that when it's on the compact and small camera body, like ZV-E1 or Sony A6700. So if your camera is light and compact, yeah, you gotta be careful about that. But I can feel this is a little smarter than the old version, and it has more functions. Like this got an aperture ring and 2 custom buttons. And other thing is pretty normal, just autofocus, manual focus switch, and aperture ring click on and off, and also the iris lock, and yeah, zoom ring lock switch. Definitely, it got improved so much, and the build quality is speechless. This is better than even GM lens. Nothing is like Sigma. This touching feel and sophisticated design, make me feel that I want to commit to the detail, like the image quality. But the thing is this weight worth accepting? It's something waiting for you beyond this weight, this size. Yes. Absolutely yes. This is it. This is the reason to choose Sigma. Image quality. Especially the sharpness is crazy. The best zoom lens ever. Oh my god. Look at this. Okay, what's unbelievable is that I shot this through the window, but it still looks super sharp. We can know how much of sharpness this got originally. And without a window. Oh my god, again, this sharp and crispy feel. This is it. This is the biggest attraction of Sigma. You can ignore the size and weight for this. It should think super real. I can feel the raw in the image, especially those greens look alive. They are alive, but you know what I mean. This is not only sharp, it's also capable of capturing the realness. But the zoom lens is the zoom lens. When it's 7mm and it shoots the far subject, it's not as sharp as when it shoots near subject. It loses some resolution, but the optic performance is super good. When it's a backlight situation, there's not a weird ghost and flare. Lines look pretty clean. Even when it's 7mm, it doesn't generate the purple fringe. That's good. When it comes to the color, this gives me the natural vibe. When I transform the log footages to Rec 719, which means giving the basic contrast and saturation to this flat, boring log image, it just gave me the super normal look in a good way. This lens captures things without any weirdness or uniqueness, not shifted to orange or green too much. Usually you start making your own color vibe after making basic contrast and saturation. It was so easy to do that process, you know, the color grading process. I always love how Sigma performs in that. So next, let's talk about low light performance and bokeh. So since this has f2.8, it has a good low light capability and has a good bokeh performance. When it comes to the low light, the camera is more important. But this f2.8 will help you even your camera is not good at low light situation. And I wouldn't say f2.8 is the best for the portrait with a massive bokeh, but definitely it'll do. Like this. It is still zoom lens with 24 to 70mm, but you can get this much of bokeh. Pretty enough, right? So next, let's talk about autofocus and image stabilization. About the autofocus. So this is not a Sony genuine lens, but it can bring the probably more than 90% out of the camera's autofocus performance. I used this lens on Sony ZV-E1, but I didn't feel any cons, like, okay, this is worse than genuine lenses. It was pretty fast. And also the tracking ability was not that different from when it was on genuine lenses. There was no autofocus degradation just because of this is Sigma, third-party lens. But when it comes to the IS, I felt it was a little shaky, especially when it's 70mm. I mean, I can feel the IS is trying so hard to stabilize the footage, but that makes the camera move a little weird, especially when I try to pan. Then I used Dynamic Active IS. It was able to reduce the shake and gave me the natural and smooth camera move even when it was 70mm. When I tried to track the moving subject, it wasn't that bad, but I felt the difference from when it was on the genuine lens. Active IS looks fine, but I've had better. 何してんのこれ今。なんで俺肩に乗っけて喋ってんのこれ。So, about IS, it's not all bad. I know this Sigma lens is trying so hard to make a good compatibility with Sony cameras, but still I felt like this can't bring the full potential of camera's image stabilization performance. Okay, this is it. Are you a fan of Sigma? Do you like it or you hate it? Let me know in the comment below. But me, I am absolutely a huge fan of Sigma. Yes, I agree that this is heavy, but it's definitely worth accepting it for the sharp and crispy feel this creates. There's also contemporary series in Sigma, but this art is superb. It's a zoom lens, but I think Sigma's art zoom lens image quality is really close to the prime lenses. So when I think about what you get, this is not that heavy. Okay, wait. Sigma has this new version of OG Sigma 24-70mm art lens, and Tamron has new version, G2 2875. So Sigma versus Tamron once again. If you guys are interested in that, just let me know in the comment below. I might do it. If you're passionate about something, your motivation and emotion will be big and heavy. You know, carrying as light as possible is a good idea. You know, it allows you to move constantly, fast, and eventually you can experience a lot of things. But you know what? Carrying a heavy, big dream and the motivation will give you the thickness and the depth. You want to be light and move fast? Don't be such a baby. Carry the universe on your back and move fast. Okay, this is it. If you have any question, just shoot me anytime, anywhere. And if you like this video, show me a thumb and hit the hit the subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.